Duelist to the Autumn Crown by Drakey C. Chapter 17. Friends to the End. Twilight vs. Rainbow. Applejack of Rarity pulled Flash to his feet, his arms over their shoulders. Sunset tossed her hair and spun her on her heel to walk away. Twilight glared at her and looked over to Flash as the girls helped him off the field. Celestia's voice crackled over the speakers. In spite of the dramatic end to the duel, the tournament will continue. Will the next two duelists please take their places on the dueling booths? Twilight looked up at the monitors rising over the arena and saw them resetting, her portrait and rainbows flickering into place. Well, let's do this. Twilight turned at the voice and saw Rainbow tossing her duel disc onto the ground, her deck in hand. I'll take the fallen one. Rainbow ran around the area, leaving Twilight to look at the blue platform lowering before her eyes. When he reached the bombs, he took a breath, removed her cards from her duel disc, set on the ground. I can't let Sunset Shimmer's win freak me out. I have to stay focused and win. Twilight pulled on the railing of the duel booth back and stepped inside. She saw a control panel on one of the poles and pressed the button with an upwards arrow. The platform jerked and began to rise. Against her will, Twilight found herself looking over the edge at the glass below. She gulped and turned to the booth forward. Will duelists please place their decks in the auto shuffler? Twilight stepped to the dueling field display. It was a large grid with a holographic display for Rainbow's field mirrored against hers. A slot for her deck emerged from a steel protrusion on the right-hand side. Twilight set her deck in it, and her deck was accepted, retracting inside slightly and rapidly shuffling. A touchscreen monitor on the left side of the field displayed the backs of her cards in a circle. You ready for this, Twilight? Rainbow's voice came from a small speaker mounted on top of displays. I hope so. Twilight took a breath. Let the duel begin! Yeah! Yeah! How'd it come to this, after all we've been through? Two of a pair, now on opposite sides. From the very start, with honor we dueled. We watched each other's back and we battled with pride. We're closer than sisters. Now we have to fight each other. Can we trust our friendship to the heart of the cards? Da-na-na-na-na. No matter what, let the game begin. No matter what, let the best girl win. No matter what, we're in this together. No matter what, we'll be friends forever. Yeah, no matter what, yeah. It's been you and me out playing games. Didn't ever think it would get this hard. Time's running out, it's so much at stake. Everything riding on the turn of a card. We'll show them what we're made of as we fight for the ones we love. We'll be friends to the very end. No matter what, let the games begin. No matter what, let the best girl win. No matter what, we're in this together. No matter what, we'll be friends forever. No matter what, yeah. I don't want to give up, but I won't give in. I don't want to duel with my very best friend. We're an equal match, and to put it at play, with so much at stake, I just can't walk away. Though I need a victory, you always mean the world to me. That's one thing that will never change. Da-na-na-na-na. No matter what, let the game begin. No matter what, let the best girl win. No matter what, we're in this together. No matter what, we'll be friends forever. No matter what, let the games begin. No matter what, let the best girl win. No matter what, we're in this together. No matter what, we'll be friends forever. No matter what. Did you just feel this strange urge to just start singing for no apparent reason? Story of my life. Think! Twilight fake point. Life points 8,000. Think! Rainbow life points 8,000. I love this song. On the monitors to her right, Twilight's portrait lit up. Twilight Sparkle will take first turn. Her deck shuffler beeped and ejected 6 cards. Twilight drew them and fanned them out in her hand. She bit her lip. and raised her eyes to look at Rainbow. She also got her opening hand. Judging from her duel with Applejack, Rainbow relies on overwhelming offense to attack. It switches her monsters out for hard defense on my turn. She looked at her hand. I can't do anything about her defenses until she plays them, so I had to be conservative for now. I'll begin with this! Hurry Fusion! Twilight placed her spell card display in front of her. Circular lines around it lining up. From my hand, I fuse Harmony Spirit Gracia and Harmony Spirit Malice! On Twilight's field in front of her booth, a yellow-skinned fairy in a pale yellow and green crown rose to her field, kneeling with her arms crossed. Her hair was wild and streamed past her shoulders. A large pair of pink butterfly wings spread on her back. I fuse and summon Harmony Spirit Gracia Natura! Attack points 1200, defense points 2500. In defense mode! Twilight lowered her hand and took a breath. I ended my turn. You got it! Rainbow drew and held out her card. I activate UA signing deal! A large sports banner appeared on Rainbow's field, and Twilight saw a holographic copy of the card flick into focus and display. Now I can summon any UA monster from my deck! Rainbow tested the touchscreen next to her, looked at her card as ejected. I summon UA Midfielder! The sports banner tore apart as a figure in cybernetic football pads ran through it, taking a raid position on the field. Attack points 1200, defense points 1000. Rainbow started, sparks flew from her booth. Midfielder is level 4, so by the secondary effect of signing deal, I lose 300 life points times my monster's level. Think! Rainbow life points 6800. It'll be worth it. I return Midfielder to my hand to special summon UA Dreadnought Dunker! Midfielder vanished in a plume of smoke. An athlete streamed white and blue basketball pads leapt up in the air from the smoke, nor of a blue energy in his palms. Attack points 2500, defense points 1800. Next, I normal summon Midfielder and return it back to my hand to summon UA Playmaker! A third athlete, clad in black and silver football armor with glowing circuitry, ran onto Rainbow's field and knelt down. Attack points 2600, defense points 2000. Rainbow grinned and pointed across the field. Dreadnought Dunker, attack Gracia Natura! The blue energy aura sparked and began to bounce between his palms. At this time, I activate the ability of Playmaker and lower its attack power by 1800 to power up Dunker by the same amount. Playmaker 2600, now 1800, held out in his hands. Tendrils of orange energy flowed into the Dunker's orb. Dunker 2500, 3300. Headed the ball back into the air and flung it forward. I activate the effect of Harvey Spirit Magnanimity from my hand! Twilight shouted and swung the card towards the field. Magnanimity appeared in the field, her arms held out. I reveal the top card of my deck, and if it's a spell card, I can add it to my hand. Twilight flipped up her card. It's Harmony Gem, so it goes into my hand. Further, since I discard Magnanimity, the effect of Gracia Natura activates. For the rest of their turn, all my Harmony Spirit monsters cannot be destroyed or targeted by card effects. Gracia's wings glowed and grew larger, wrapped itself around her. Fine by me. Dunker's got a special ability too. When he attacks a defending monster, he pierces its defenses to deal damage to you! Dunker's aura struck Gracie and bounced off. It raised through the air and slammed into a holographic shield over Twilight's booth. Boom! Twilight swiped 7200. I return Playmaker to my hand to summon Midfielder in defense mode to set one card to end my turn. Rainbow's second monster appeared kneeling with one hand on the ground. My move. Twilight drew and looked at her display. Why would she summon back Midfielder? She needs it to make her play, since it's one of her few low-level monsters. She's putting it at risk now. Unless, of course, she has another monster she can use. Or maybe Midfielder has a special ability. She reached over to tap on her boost touchscreen, but Midfielder's abilities were locked, since Rainbow hadn't used them yet. She might just think that saving Playmaker is worth it. With 1800 points, she knows I could take it out easily enough. On her next turn, she could summon it again and power up another monster to take out anything I use to beat Midfielder. Is that our play? Set the bait and hit me harder so I can hit her? She could win, you know. Twilight paused to sound Rainbow's voice. What? Sunset Shimmer. She could totally beat you. In fact, she probably will. Rainbow crossed her arms and shook her head. Nice, let us surrender now. I got a better shot at winning against her than you do. Twilight's confused and quickly turned to anger. What's gotten into you? What's gotten into you is what I'm worried about, Dash snapped back. If you're going to stop hesitating and second-guessing yourself now, at this stage, you don't really have it in you to beat her after all. Twilight paused as she took in her friend's words. I get it. You've seen her in action. You're worried now, and for good reason. She kicked Flash's ass good. But you know what? We've all said we're together in this. We're throwing your support behind you all the way. No doubts, no hesitations. That means you too. You want us to believe in you? Show me you believe in yourself. I do. Twilight took a breath. I'm not hesitating. I'm strategizing. Really? Rainbow grinned. Then show me the difference, Twilight. If you got what it takes to beat Sunset, prove it by beating me. I will. Twilight returned a smile and drew out her cards. I activate Harvey Gem by discarding Harvey Spirit Draco from my hand. Now I can draw 2 cards. Twilight drew a smile as she saw the cards in her hand. I activate the field spell, Harmony Castle! The arena shook as spires of purple and blue crystal rose around them. Central tower with an 8-pointed star behind Twilight. With my field spell effect, I summon Harvey Spirit's Gracie and Draco into the deck. Now summon a Harvey Spirit directly from my deck. Twilight tapped her touchscreen and the card ejected. I summon Harvey Spirit Helios! Rays of light shone down on Twilight's field as the new monster rose in a swirl of yellow magic. Pale pink skin, clad in golden white armor. Wings spread as he raised her head. Horn gleaming in the light. Attack points 2700. Defense points 2400. Twilight pointed across the field. Helios! Attack UA Millfielder! Helios held up his palms and formed an orb of light. I activate Millfielder's ability. Rainbow reached her hand. During either of our turns, I can return another UA monster I controlled in the hand and summon something different. Rainbow slammed her card down. I return UA Dreadnought Dunker to my hand. UA Rival Rebounder! Another monster in cybernetic white and orange basketball pads jumped into Rainbow's field, arms crossed over his chest. Attack points 2200, defense points 2300. Since I summon Rival Rebounder on your turn, his effect triggers. Let me summon a UA monster from my hand or graveyard. Come back! UA Dreadnought Dunker! The original monster rose on its field next to Rival Rebounder, smiling. Twilight frowned and looked down the holographic recreation of Rainbow's card field above hers. So that's what she was after. She went from 2 monsters to 3. Now, no matter what I attack, next turn she'll use Playmaker's effect to power up whichever monster survives my turn. She nodded. I can work with that, for now. I continue my attack with Helios, targeting Rival Rebounder! Helios fired an orb of magic, incinerating Rival Rebounder. When Helios destroys a monster in battle, I can add a Harmony Spirit monster from my deck to my hand. Twilight held up her card. I choose this! Harmony Spirit Cantus! With that, I end my turn. You got it! Rainbow grinned at Drew. I return Millfielder to my hand and summon UA Blockbacker! A monster with thick white and black football armor knelt on Rainbow's field. Being his hits against his helmet. Attack points 1600, defense points 2700. Then, I normal summon Millfielder and return it to my hand to summon UA Playmaker! Battle time! Rainbow pumped her fist. Dreadnought Dunker attacks Helios, and at this time, I'll use Playmaker's ability to power up again! Dunker, 2500 to 3300. Headed his basketball orb back and threw it at Helios. From my hand, I activate the effect of Harvey Spirit Cantus! A pale white fairy with curled pink and blue hair appeared on Twilight's field, swinging its hands out, trails of green magic in its wake. By discarding Cantus, I can summon a Harvey Spirit monster from my deck. I special summon Harvey Spirit Anistas in attack mode! The green magic swirled and exploded in the shape of an apple. Muscular orange fairy stepped out of it, as though it were a portal. Attack points 1800, defense points 300. Discarding Cantus triggers the effect of Gracie and Natura, preventing my Harmony Spirit monsters from destroying this turn. Rainbow slammed a fist in an open palm. I can't destroy your monsters, but I'll do the next best thing. Since you special summon a monster, the effect of Blockbuster activates. Let me change that monster's battle position. I'll switch Anistas to the defense mode. Blockbuster held out his hands and a beam of light shot towards Anistas. It grimaced and melted in place. Rainbow grinned and swept her hand in the air. Once again, Dreadnought Dunker's ability activates. I'll pierce Anistas' defense and deal battle damage to you! Dunker's orb changed course as it neared Helios and slanted Anistas, sending the holographic monster tumbling into the field. Dink! Twilight life points for 200. I return Playmaker to my hand to summon back UA Millfielder in defense mode and end my turn. Twilight picked up the card that ejected from her deck and looked at the display boards. That was a heavy hit. I can't let her get another shot like that. I had to get rid of Dreadnought Dunker now. Not just it, but Playmaker too, or she'll keep using it to power up her monsters. She tapped her touchscreen at a display of graphic of Rainbow's hand. She's got 3 cards in her hand, and I know one of those Playmaker. Then there's that face-down card she hasn't used yet. Not to mention I haven't even scratched their life points. She took a breath. I'm keeping up, but I don't have the advantage yet. I had to fake the effect of Harmony Fusion in the graveyard. I returned Malice in the graveyard to the deck to add Harmony Fusion to my hand. So I placed her card display. Then, I had to fake Harmony Fusion and fuse Harnistas with Harmony Spirit Resius in my hand. So I held in her hands a flurry of blue and yellow balloons spewed from the field. In her wake, a fairy in pink and blue dress with balloons rising on her back. Carabelle on her shoulder appeared, a flurry of pink sparkles. I fusion summon Harmony Spirit Resius Farah! Attack points 2,000, defense points 1,200. I had to fake Blackbacker's ability. Rainbow snapped her fingers. Blackbacker held out his hands to send a beam energy of Resius Farah. Resius Farah's chasing defense. Right. Twilight reached her display. Next, I had to fake the effect of Harmony Castle. I summoned Harnistas and Resius in the graveyard into the deck, and summoned Harmony Spirit Selena! A shout of silver light heralded the arrival of Twilight's monster. Blew it back, armored dress, fluttering in the wind around it as it spread its wings. Attack point 2,600. Defense point 2,300. Battle phase. Helios attacks Millfielder! Helios raised his arms and fired a blast of yellow fire. I had to fake Millfielder's effect. I returned Blackbacker to my hand and summoned a second copy of Rival Rebounder. Yes, I ran the first turn! Under the field! Light particles rained of Rainbow's monster as it flashed out of existence to be replaced by a second Rival Rebounder. Rival Rebounder's effects now lets me summon Blackbacker to the field again. Rainbow slapped her card in the field, a ring of light forming for her monster to appear from. Twilight nodded. I choose to continue my attack. Helios' fire struck Millfielder and exploded in a shockwave of yellow light. Since it destroyed a monster, Helios lets me add a Harmony Spirit from my deck to my hand. Twilight held her card. I'll take Harmony Spirit Pietas! Then I attack Rival Rebounder with Harmony Spirit Selena! Selena's horn lit up, and a silver and blue light sent airy streams from her hands. She flung her arms up and fired twin rays of light across the field. Rival Rebounder was engulfed and exploded. Selena's effect now lets me add a Harmony spell or trap card from my deck to my hand. Twilight took her card and accepted and flipped it over. I choose this! Harmony Song! I then set 2 cards and end my turn. So look at the holograms of our cards. This is it. My draw! Rainbow grinned as he stats her card up. She looked at it and laughed. I had to fake the spell card. You ain't Powered Jersey! Twilight gasped. That's the card she used to beat Applejack. An armored sports jersey in red and black colors with silver spikes appeared in the Rainbow's field. It gravitated onto climb to Dreadnought Dunker in the field of electricity. The jersey lit up as Dunker posed in it. Now my Dreadnought Dunker gains 1,000 attack and defense points. Any battle damage it deals to you is doubled. If it destroys something in battle, it can conduct a second attack. Not that I need it. Rainbow shook her head. Sorry, Twi, but I'm not going easy on you. Now that you want to beat Sunset. So here I come! Dreadnought Dunker, attack Harmony Spirit of Venus' Farah! Dunker's new armor sent streams of lightning into his orb. It threw his supercharged ball forward. Attack points 3,300. Defense points 4,300. Not this time! Twilight reached her field and held her card up. I activate my trap. Harmony Song! The card flipped up and sent a melodic sound wave to her field. Thanks to this card, you're forbidden from special summoning monsters this turn. What? Rainbow's jaw dropped as he looked over her hand. But to use Harmony Spirit, I need to discard Harmony Spirit Pietas from my hand. This activates the effect of Resius Farah and Gracious Natura. Resius Farah negates the effect of Dreadnought Dunker, and if it leaves the field this turn, it returns to the deck. And of course, Gracious Natura prevents my Harmony Spirits from being destroyed. Twilight smiled. With its effects negated, Dunker can't pierce my defending monsters anymore. Your attack does nothing! Dunker's auras fizzled and grew dimmer. The Rascal field sparking into nothingness. The orb slammed into Resius Farah and bounced off harmlessly. No way! Rainbow fell forward, bringing her arms to her dueling blue. That's one of my best combos. And you shrugged it off like it was nothing. She looked at her hand, looked at her cards. She turned them over and sat them down. There's nothing left I can play now. I ended my turn. Twilight felt a pang of guilt seeing her friend employing the current state. I'm sorry, Rainbow. Twilight drew her card and looked down at it. She sighed and sat at the field. I shuffle Harmony Spirit Pietas to the deck to return Harmony Fusion to my hand. Then I equip Harmony Spirit Helios with the equip spell Harmony Crown to give it 800 attack points. A crown of pink gem appeared on Helios' forehead, magic pouring from it into the wearer. Attack points 2,700. Defense points 3,500. Helios attacks Blackbacker! Helios fired a beam of yellow-purple magic across the field. Pulpbacker groaned and shattered. The effects of both Helios and Harmony Crown now activate. So I drew her cards from her hand. I had to give Harmony Spirit Magnanimity, and Harmony Spirit can't just throw my deck to my hand. Then I end my turn. Rainbow slowly reached her hand to her deck. I draw. She picked up her card and looked over the field. Dreadnought Sucker's jersey lit up in red light, contracted around it. The monster groaned and stumbled, falling to a knee. The second effect of Power Jersey activates during my standby phase. The monster wearing is banished. Ducker corrected part dissolved to the light. The journey fading away with it. Twilight's eyes widened. She has to swap out the monster using Power Jersey once it gets an attack off, or she loses it entirely. With my trap seals her summons on the last turn. Rainbow looked at her newly drawn card and set it on the field. I summon UA Millfielder defense mode and end my turn! No. Twilight cupped her hands to her face. Rainbow, I'm sorry. Rainbow didn't respond. Twilight's booth beat and her card intended for a draw. She ignored it and moved her cards to her hand. I activate the effect of Harmony Spirit Cantus and discard it to summon Harmony Spirit Pietis from the deck. A dull hum and a portal of blue areas were the only signs of Twilight's monster taking the field. Rainbow hair streaming between its wings. Attack points 1600, defense points 800. Then I switch Reese's Farah to attack mode. Battle phase. Twilight decided, pointing. Reese's, destroy Millfielder! Reese's cannon grew out and fired a shot of pink heresy. Millfielder exploded in a shower of confetti. Helios, Selena, direct attack! The two spirits held their hands together and sent a stream of yellow magic right to her. Rainbow life points, 3,300. Rainbow life points, 700. One attack left. Twilight looked down at Pietis' card on her field. I'm sorry, Rainbow. She heard a sword. Sorry? Rainbow raised her head. Twilight stared. Her friend's face was covered in a wide grin, even a sadness reflected in her eyes. Are you kidding me? I hit you with everything I had! My best combos! And you took it and hit back harder than any Duelist I've ever seen! Rainbow stopped laughing and fell forward again. You're happy? Twilight whispered, disbelieving. Damn right! Rainbow shook her head. You're right, Twilight. It has to be you that faces Sunset Shimmer. Not because it's your destiny, or because of her magic, or whatever. She raised her head again. It's because I figured you're just about one of the best duelists the school's seen in years. If anyone can take Sunset down at last, it's you or no one. Not only that, but Twilight is the main character. Twilight smiled softly. Thank you, Rainbow. You want to thank me? Rainbow stepped back and braced herself, looking in the air. Then send me on a send-off for your semifinals, if that's what you want. Twilight finally returned Rainbow's grin and held out her hand. It's been an honor and a pleasure to duel you. Harmony Spirit Pietis! Attack Rainbow Jazz directly! Pietis rose up in the air, his arms held out. Then dove forward, fist outstretched as it aimed for Rainbow's dueling booth. Rainbow laughed and stretched her arms out. Hologram Pietis reached her booth, and his fist passed through Rainbow's hand, or a blue light where the two met. Think! Rainbow life points, 0. Inside the arena, Celestia stood up. Students, our final duel has been decided. In 1 hour tonight, Twilight Sparkle will face Sunset Shimmer to be crowned winner of the Honor Crown Tournament! Chapter 18, Awakening of Evil. In a children's card game. The sun had set below the buildings and hills on the horizon. Night began to overtake the late afternoon in a wave from one end of the sky to the next. Twilight looked up at the moon and took a breath. The third night. Once I beat Sunset Shimmer, I could get my crown back and we could go home. There were only a few minutes left before the scheduled final duel began. More students, and even a number of parents, now filled the bleachers and grass field across the dueling arena. Sitting on the stairs closest to the grass, Twilight looked down at her deck and flipped through it once more. Sunset's deck relies on the destruction and direct damage effects. I have cards that can stop those, but I have to keep them in play and use them constantly. She shook her head. Of course, I only saw a hint of her deck. Can't even be certain that all those are monsters she has, or support what she used for them. The card she used to be Flash. Flash, as he expected, knew nothing of Sunset's final play. Twilight's friends didn't either, and the effect of Sunset's summon and attack obscured the dueling screen while showing her move. All I know for sure is Sunset needed her other 6 monsters in play to summon it, so I have to keep an eye out for that when it happens. She looked back at her display screen over the arena. A montage of tournament duels were being played, using footage recorded from both dual disc and school security cameras, intercut with a graphic at the top of the 16 Duelist profile pages, slaying out the ranks in a ranking bracket. Twilight watched the screen zoom in on her, Trixie, before it flashed to the Trixie's magicians, reflecting Twilight's attack between them. I've come a long way. Each opponent has been tougher than the last. Oh, no. This is not time for a clip show. Please, don't give me a clip show. I beg you, Vic. Trixie, Verity, Rainbow Dash. Every duel made me stronger. Not just in my magic, but how it augmented my deck. But also strengthening understanding of the game itself. I would be the duelist I am now if it were not for them. She took a deep breath. This is my final challenge. Since this magic puts her at a whole other level of power. Now I have to give my best if I want to win. Nervous? Twilight looked up to see her 5 friends standing up around her. The fights had been rainbows. A little. By which I mean a lot. She shook her head and stood up. It's no use fretting over. I'm as ready as I can be at this point. Stressing over things you can't change is just pointless, right? She took another breath. You read that stress management book I taught you? Spike said, looking at her nose spark. What's a good service dog for? Twilight ignored him. Applejack smiled and tipped her hat. You're worried, Helen. You got this. Remember I'll do. Reddy pressed a hand to her chest. You said you don't do it alone, but the spirits of your friends on both worlds sleep in your deck. I said that? Twilight blushed. Sounds a bit cheesy. No, cheesy's gonna be if suddenly Pinkie Pie decides to draw a smiley face on your hand. Knowing Pinkie, that's exactly what she would do. Everyone, put your hands together, and I'm gonna draw a special sign. A permanent marker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Although, personally, I prefer an X. If you're a One Piece fan, you'll know why. Well, I think it's true. Flashlight nodded and smiled softly. We've seen the cards ourselves. You carry our spirits with you. You said it! Pinkie stuck her hand out towards Twilight. Will be there is playing in my head now. One by one, the 4 other hands piled on top of it. There's no one that can take us down! For friendships and card games and magic and stuff! You know, the problem I have with, the whole entire special sign in the, first episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is that in the manga, Yugi had earned it by that point, after several hundred chapters of us fighting with these guys. In the anime, we just met these guys, so we didn't really earn it. There, that has been your short critique of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. Now back to your fic. Twilight laughed as she put her hands on top of the pile. Whatever you guys say, we're all in this together. Cute. The 6 jovial faces faded as they turned towards the steps. Standing atop, Sunset Shimmer looked down at him, rolling her eyes. Hate to break it to you, Twilight, but the finals are one-on-one. Sunset descended the stairs and the group parted. Twilight remained in her way. Sunset stopped in front of her. Your little girl group here can stand on the sidelines playing cheerleader. Or maybe they can help Celestia commentate. It'll all be they're good for, as I'm burning away your life points, one digit at a time. The sound of those chants turning into screens will be music to my ears. Is that so? Twilight said evenly. Her eyes narrowed, and for a moment, not even looking at Sunset as she was pointing in her direction. Sunset frowned. What? The deck reflects what's in a duelist's heart. Sunset's deck is full of demons that can use each other to cause pain and destruction. Twilight looked up at the crowd and pursed her lips. I can't help but notice that no one in that crowd is cheering for you. Have they ever? For a moment, Sunset's smug expression faltered, her eyes failing. Before Twilight could register the unfamiliar emotion in her rival's face, Sunset pushed past her and headed to the arena. Twilight watched her go, her mind still turning over the idea. She was Celestia's student once. I know the princess wouldn't take on a unicorn as cruel and selfish as Sunset. But if her deck is symbolic of what kind of person she is now... Don't let her psych her out! Rainbow shook her head. She's going down and she knows it. Now get up there and win it for all of us! The clock tower of the school sounded its bell. When it finished, Celestia's voice crackled through the loudspeakers. Students, It is now time to begin the final duel of the 9th annual Comic Crown Tournament. After almost a minute's pause while the crowd's cheers faded, she continued, Will our two finalists please approach the arena and take their places in the dueling booths? Wish me luck. Twilight smiled at her friends and approached the duel booth. Sunset had already rounded the arena to the red booth, leaving Twilight to step into the blue. She closed the gate behind her and pressed the button to ascend. The platform jerked and began to rise. In moments, Twilight was looking out over the dueling field. Floodlights mounted on the scoreboard to the right, illuminating a dying light. The card zone is marked by wide lines. Opposite her, Twilight saw Sunset Shimmer rise into place as well. I've been waiting 2.5 years for this duel, Sunset sneered. I have to admit, it's almost disappointing at how easy it was. You'll have to get used to the disappointment, Twilight glared back and held Sunset's gaze. The crowd's cheers were soon accompanied by a new but familiar sound. Twilight turned her focus to the noise and recognized her name being chanted. She looked out at the crowd and saw 2 rows of students hold up square cards, letters spelling out her name on them. She awkwardly waved back, including the one guy who was going like, ah! 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 I love that guy. You should give them the same advice, Sunset said as she tossed her chair and sniffed. I don't need these brainless losers cheering for me. I don't need anyone or anything. I have everything I need to crush you right here! She held up her deck. Twilight did the same with hers. Before we begin, a token of encouragement for you both. Twilight's voice drew the girl's attention. Twilight saw Luna approaching the area, a small wooden box in her hands. A reminder of what you'll be dueling for, and what this tournament's all about. Twilight felt a tingle of magic from the box, and hailed sharply, her eyes growing wide. That's... Luna set the box down at the edge of the arena, and set a flat surface and pressed the button. A small glass case rose from the metal, and Luna pulled back the lid of her hands. Twilight stared down at the familiar purple star crown resting on red velvet. The element of magic. Luna set the crown on a stand, inside the glass case, and pressed another button. A 4-pound rose over it, locking the crown away. That done, the vice principal sat back down with her sister. Twilight looked down at the display case and bit her lip. I could make a run to just try and grab it, but by the time I got out, Sunset would be there too. Then I have no choice. She looked back at Sunset and saw the other girl looking down at the ground too. This is as close to my element of harmony as you're ever going to get, Sunset! Sunset's eyes lifted to Twilight and turned back. She crossed her arms and leaned back. Seeing as this is a special occasion, maybe we should raise the stakes a bit. Twilight narrowed her eyes. What are you talking about? You want to see my magic, I imagine. Sunset held up her hand, red aura crackling around her fingers. And I've never had a chance to dart a new duelist with powers like mine. This is kind of exciting for me. What of it? Twilight demanded. Thinking, perhaps we should duel in a more fitting environment. Sunset's eyes lit up red as she snapped her arm out, her palm outstretched towards the element of magic. With your help, of course. She raised her other arm towards Twilight. Twilight gasped as her magic aura flared up and began to float through the air. At the same time, magic came from Sunset's hand, and 2 streams of magic, red and purple, circled the crown and lit up a dark purple light. What are you doing? Twilight gasped out, clenching her chest. Sunset gritted her teeth and breathed deep. I heard of this in this world, but I never had the power to go out all with it. But with the both of us here. She pushed her hand forward and sent a final pulse of magic out. The twin trails of magic around the element of magic faded, and its dark purple glow intensified. The endless cloud of purple mist came from the crowd, billowing up and out through the air. Within seconds, it surrounded the arena of duelists. The night sky became blotted out. Twilight watched the moon overhead vanish. It's just like my dual rarity, but much more powerful. Twilight! The girl turned her head to her friends towards the area, but they were soon lost in the purple mist. It grew denser, solidified, covering the arena in a dark cloud of magic. There we go. Twilight looked back at Sunset and the girl took a deep breath. A fitting battleground for the duel to decide the fate of both worlds, does he think? Twilight glared. Should I be afraid? Aren't you? Sunset faked a pout and reached into her deck. Here, let's try harder. She drew a card and held it in hand. The black and green demon manifested above Sunset and looked down at Twilight, licked her lips. Equestria, teach her to fear me. Sunset snapped her fingers. Equestria flew down and perched on the edge of Twilight's dueling booth. Then leapt down to tackle her, pinning her arms. Twilight stared up at the demon as it grinned down at her. This... You're real! The demon laughed in response. Drew clawed down Twilight's cheek. She shivered as she felt the nail slide down her flesh, not drawing blood, but close enough to make it clear it was possible. I think that's enough. Twilight heard Sunset snap her fingers again. The demon faded in a shower of green particles. That's the fullest extent of my magic. Twilight climbed to her feet and looked at Sunset. Sunset smiled. You already felt a bit of it when you dueled Rarity under my influence. So that's what it was. Twilight reached her cheek. You can use your magic to summon real monsters from the cards? Not really. Sunset slowly shook her head. I can only cause real damage within the rules of the duel, like Rarity did. But that little empowerment took a lot out of me to pull off. You weren't even really in that much danger. This localized area of the magical radiance Duelist created takes pretty much all I have. I can't manifest monsters in full strength, or very long. I just don't have the magical power for it. Yet. She grinned. So I paled as realization slowly dawned. The element of magic. Bingo, Sunset chuckled, leaning forward to brace her arms on the arena. Once that crown is on my head, I'll have more than enough power to summon real monsters outside a duel. Not just one, but dozens, maybe even hundreds. She smiled and waved a hand in the air. You see the cards people play in this world. Knights, demons, wizards, dragons, machines of war. Thousands of duel monsters waiting to be awakened by the element of magic. An unmasked array of variable and powerful minions, which I can conquer both worlds! Sunset slowly started decking the software. I spent 2 years learning this game, holding my control of magic, waiting for the portal to reopen so I can return to Equestria and get my hands on your crown. All in preparation for this day, the day I return with an army at my heel. There's just one detail left to resolve. Your final and complete defeat! Sunset laughed, eyes flashing. Twilight scowled. I don't think so. You won't defeat me, Sunset. Not here, not Equestria, not ever! She set her deck on the shelf or stashed her cards up just a moment after it finished. We finished this, here and now! It's time to duel! Long last it is, Sunset grinned wickedly. Come, Twilight! Let the shadow game begin! Think! Twilight points, 8,000! Think! Sunset life points, 8,000! She swears you're getting into this! Oh, Lordy, yes I am!